Hey, 3 more days till Christmas? Is that right? Like, what day is it? It's Thursday. Okay, we're going to talk about what is one on one coaching. And I'm super excited about this because a lot of people are starting to think about what do they want to do in 2023? Do I want to take better care of my health? Well, let's talk about it. So I'm going to get Allie on. I see that she's here. Doo, 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 doo. Here we go. Slowly but surely. Why isn't it not working? Hold on. Invite. I'm inviting you. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
Just taking its sweet time. Hi, Lexi.
Oh, hi.
One of my Melanie. Hello, Jackie. So happy to see you. We were just chatting. Um, okay, I'm so excited about this conversation. I was just saying that, a lot of us are thinking about what do we want to accomplish in 2023. So, is it worth it to invest in a coach if I want to reach my goals? So, this is perfect so that people can better understand what do we do, how can it help you reach your goals, and all of the above. So, I like your bun.
Me just I always do a bun and then like you can't see it if I'm like sitting. But I'm like I promise
Down.
it's not just a ponytail. And then I have these stupid flyaways, but nobody cares. We all have them.
Is your
Uh,
a gold band?
what?
Your watch a gold band?
Yes.
Oh, it's pretty. I like it.
Thanks.
Fancy.
Can you tell? Coffee all morning.
It's so cold. I went to the gym and it was like -6 outside, which I know is like some of our clients are experiencing way colder than that. So anyway, all right, let's dive in. Let's start talking about what is one-on-one coaching. You want me to kick it off with talking about like what I do, the first part?
Sure. I was just going to say, Lexi, we haven't even started talking about coaching, and Lexi already said absolutely worth every single penny, which is just such a nice compliment to us.
I didn't even see that. Thanks, Lexi. I love her. She just re-signed, so I'm going to have her forever. Lexi, you're never leaving me, right?
That's how I feel about Jennifer, who just came on.
Yes, Jen, you've been with Allie forever, too. Took Karen to the rec center. Glad to be home. Oh, I bet after being cold weather. Ugh.
Watching the snow out my window. But anyway, go ahead and
You're
go
good.
ahead and dive in.
Okay, so let's say we go ahead and book a call. Okay, you're interested in talking to us about signing up. So you're like curious in what is one-on-one coaching. So first we're gonna do a meet and greet call. I just want to like gauge, what are your goals? What do you want to accomplish? Is this even a good fit as far as like, are we gonna be able to help you reach your goals with what you're wanting to accomplish? And if so, if it's something that I feel like we can help you with, then we'll book a second call. And that is a little bit longer of a call, typically 45 minutes. And that is when we do a Zoom call. I'll share my screen with you. We'll bond, all the things. Beautiful. Make sure it's a good fit for you. We want to make sure that, you're vibing with us. But really what we're talking about on the call is your goals. What do you want to accomplish? Again, just making sure this is a good fit. What are your challenges? Why have you struggled to reach your goals previously? What have you tried in the past? All of those things. Again, just really making sure like, okay, is this something that's going to work for you? Are you really committed to your goals? We don't want to sign on anyone that's just kind of like, meh, because we want you to have success. And there's nothing sadder than, trying to help a client and they're just like not interested in it. So we want you to be committed to your goals so that we can help you be successful. So that's the first part of the call. The second part of the call is if I feel like you're a good fit and we can help, I'm going to welcome you into Healthy Habits Coaching, share my screen with you, and show you everything that's included in one-on-one coaching. And we're going to go over all of that stuff. So accountability, lots of support, what's included in the accountability portion, personalizing your nutrition and fitness goals. So we're going to talk about that. So let's dive in and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah. So, I love everything that you said. And I wanted to make a point. I love how you're saying like, we don't, it's not that we don't want to take everybody, but like, we want you to be successful. And if we don't feel like this is, that you're going to work with us and be able to kind of show up and do your part to reach your goals. We take a lot of pride in our team, and that's why I love like our badass group of clients, because everybody that we have is, committed and showing up for themselves and taking responsibility when things don't go well. And I don't know, it's just my favorite thing to partner with my clients instead of like just telling someone what to do all the time. It's like, all right, well, let me hear your thoughts and we'll, game plan and talk about it. So that's just kind of a
I
little.
I like what you said about being a partner. I feel like that's what sets us apart from a lot of other companies, in the sense that we are here to like partner up with you and guide you along your journey, but and also that we are not here to guilt or shame you. We have been in your shoes. We are not perfect individuals. Nobody is. They're lying if they say that they are. So we're here to help you get rid of that perfection mindset, that guilt that you get when you feel like you mess up, and really help you evaluate, okay, why did I struggle with this? And what can I do to pivot and make some adjustments to, better reach my goals tomorrow?
Yeah, I was going to say there's an endless supply of coaches out there, programs out there that will tell you what to do, but we like to build that relationship with our clients, that like, I'm not here just to hold your hand and constantly like tell you like, do this, do this, do this, but more, I want to hear from you, like what your thoughts are. And, sometimes there will be that like check-in form that has like no information in it from a client. And it's like, all right, well, if that's what you want is like me to just tell, like point blank, just tell you what to do and what to work on, like I could do that, but it's so much more rewarding when we can build that relationship and have that connection of, you're putting out there like, hey, this is what I think I can, like problem solving, working,
Yeah.
perfecting and refining like our problem solving skills together. How are we going to help you improve based on how this went? And so when clients come to me with their own ideas and their own solutions that they're proposing, it's just so much more like energizing, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, let's feed off that and,
Right.
up
Right.
together. So anyway, basically, were you going to say
Just
something?
just gonna say, I know we have a lot of people that feel overwhelmed, thinking about like, I just need someone to tell me what to do. And I get that, because in the beginning, we do struggle with knowing, like, what am I even supposed to be doing? So you're definitely going to get that guidance of, these are the steps that we want you to start working towards or start taking. But what Ali is saying is, we want your input too. How is that working for you? What is your challenge with doing what we are, recommending you to do? Because we need to understand how you work as an individual, because you're unique. You've been through your past dieting history, trying lots of things. Some of us have a better relationship with food than others. I like, even now, I still struggle with like binging tendencies when I am restricting for a long period of time. So, and that doesn't necessarily always go away. It's almost like that little voice will always be there, but it can get quieter and you can improve on that. And so we have those tools to help improve those situations, but it's always a work in progress. So that's where that personalization comes in, because you're unique.
Yeah, and we're here as your coaches, not because we're perfect and because we know everything, but because we have lots of experience in messing up and learning, let's try this a different way, and what works for us. And what works for Jen is not going to work for Lexi. So um, I just had a conversation with a client this morning about overeating cookies, and she was like, yeah, I went for a walk and I'll try to get some more protein in later. She said like lesson learned or something, or I'm learning that lesson. And I said, girl, I'm still learning that lesson all the time, because just because I know the right things to do, like I still overeat. But that's a whole different subject. And I think our last IG live where we were talking about like macros, macros versus tracking like just calories and protein is just one example of, we might clients a different approach or a different goal to work on, because different things work for different people.
Absolutely. And it's usually because of different experiences and histories and all those things.
Yeah. So
Cool.
that's the perfect kind of segue into, I was going to talk about like basically the first step of coaching is after, you have a consult call with Kristen and say, we decide like this sounds great and you're ready to get started. Then you would have an orientation call with your coach. So me or Faith or Kristen, to get to know you and your experience. Where are you coming from with dieting and exercise? What's your background? What are your goals? What has or has not worked? have you worked with a coach previously that was not a good experience? Have you, always wanted to, but you were scared because of this reason? So kind of digging into all of that and figuring out, okay, how am I going to build this client a plan that's going to be, use the methods that we believe in at Healthy Habits, but it's not just, like a cookie cutter, here are your macros. So digging into like how is your relationship with food, and how are we going to keep that a priority throughout your plan so that we're making improvements. And if I give you a set of macros, is that going to promote restriction for you? Maybe tracking can be triggering for you, because it can be for some people. And so making sure that we know everything we need to know, so that I'm not like giving you a goal that's going to set you up for failure because I missed something. So, and that's what, not all of that always comes out in the orientation call, but I always do my best to dig into those things, and really kind of read between the lines with what a client is saying and figure out, based on my experience, like what it sounds like they're saying, and kind of reflect that back to them and try and get to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, so then after that, I would create their plan, whether that includes a calorie goal, specific macro goals. Maybe they're tracking calories and protein. Maybe we're not going to track food at all. We're just going to focus on building balanced meals while working on, increasing your water intake, increasing your daily activity level, things like that. So, yeah. And then,
I
um,
you're touching on the fact that, again, it's so personalized based off of your goals and what's going to work for you, that you can feel like you can stick to. And in the beginning, it's not going to be easy to create these new habits, and we know that. So that's why starting with some that are a little bit easier in the beginning can be really helpful to kind of get like your feet wet, get traction beneath you, and then as you build on those habits, continue to add on, so that you can continue to see success. So yeah, we don't have to, just because we're like, we track macros, we know that you can lose weight by being in a calorie deficit, and that's what tracking macros also is. So we can focus, like she said, portion control, teaching those good healthy habits as far as how many vegetables, how many proteins, what are protein, we're going to teach you those things. I feel like I'm getting sidetracked, but yeah. Okay, keep going.
No, it's so easy to get like lost in conversation, and I do kind of have like a structure I want to follow, but like that doesn't always matter. But as long as we're communicating, the important parts. Um, but yeah, I totally forgot what I was just going to get into as well.
Fitness goals. I know. So we personalize your nutrition, which you talked about, and then we can also personalize your fitness.
Yeah, so a lot of clients will just do nutrition with us. And then one thing I wanted to mention about that is that if you're only working with us on your nutrition goals, we still want to offer accountability to you. I always like to still ask my clients on the orientation call, like, what do you see yourself doing as far as workouts? What's that going to look like? What are your goals? So that I can still offer accountability there. So just because I'm not programming your workouts, which is what the fitness portion entails, is customized workouts in our app, which is so cool that we have our own app, and you literally would just like press start on the workout and it tells you exactly what to do. There's videos of each exercise, tells you how long to rest, how many reps and sets to do. So when I program workouts for a client, I'll customize it based on how many days a week, is it feasible for you to work out? What equipment do you have available? What's your experience level? Is an hour long workout just, atrocious to you and you don't want to do that, but 30 minutes is doable, then we'll do that. So, making it like reachable while still being challenging is always my goal. Like, how can we improve in some areas, but I don't want to give you a plan that's going to be, 5 days a week in the gym for an hour if you're a mom of 5 kids.
Oh,
So,
yeah. I think what's cool is just recognizing, and we don't know this a lot of times when we start our journey, is you don't have to go guns blazing, balls to the wall to have progress and see fat loss or have success. And I think a lot of people think you have to be in immediate pain and want to die in order to see success. And that's just not true. You just need to be doing a little bit more than what you were already doing. So if it's adding in a walk, or if it's drinking more water, or if it's eating more vegetables or eating more protein, those little changes are going to help you see progress, and help you stick to it and create that consistency to keep going rather than wanting to give up. Because if you think about it, Why do we always quit with all the other diet fads that we've tried? Well, because it's so hard and it's so restrictive and it's not sustainable. We burn out and we give up. So, like, if you tell me I cannot have cookies, I am out. Peace, buddy. So that's what we are all about, is sustainability. I love that you talked about the workout portion, and how we can still give that accountability with people that don't sign up for fitness. I love, in our app, we set goals for people too. So if you don't have workouts through us, you're still going to get access to our personalized app, which is going to help us see the food that you're logging and be able to give you guidance there if you need guidance, but also to set goals and habits and stuff. So if you love going in and marking off, oh, I did this today and I did that today, I drank my water, I got my steps in, we can also have a goal of 3 workouts a week, and you can mark it off that you got that done. So again, just making sure that it fits your schedule. We can make 3 workouts, have great progress for you in 30 minutes. So
I will say majority of my clients work out at home with just dumbbells or maybe some resistance bands, and it's like 3 times a week for 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah. I always like to throw out there too that we don't program HIIT workouts. I hate HIIT. You're going to strength training, and so we're going to be focusing on progressive overload. How can we lift heavier, get in extra reps? We're going to start you with walking, unless you love to run. If you love to bike, if you like higher impact type workouts, you can definitely do that in place of your walking. But increasing your walking and focusing on strength training is definitely going to give you the best bang for your buck. You'll see the best body composition changes. Everyone wants a bigger booty nowadays, so let's do it.
Well, and we always forget like the value of lifting weights, even if you don't care about building muscle. Like if you care all about looking toned and losing body fat, weightlifting is the way to go versus tons and tons of cardio.
Right.
Even if you don't ripped or built or shredded or jacked or whatever, there's still benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the metabolic benefits of lifting weights and building muscle. So even if you don't care physique wise about having that look, that is still most of the time for most of our clients' goals, that's the best way to go.
Yeah. So wait, explain what that means. What's metabolic benefits?
So muscle burns more calories at rest. So basically really the only way to kind of like hack your metabolism or increase your metabolism is by eating more protein and building lean body mass. Because if you put on some muscle, your body burns more calories at rest versus someone with, more body fat and less muscle on their frame.
And we all want to learn how to eat more food, right? Right. So if we put on more muscle, the muscle needs more calories. So we will naturally burn more calories as we have more muscle on our frame. So that's why strength training is huge. You're not going to look shredded and jacked if you're afraid of looking too bulky. It takes years of strength training for people to look like that. So those people that you see that are, shredded or ripped or whatever, too bulky, they've been doing this for years. They've probably been being an abundance of calories to get that big, or they're on not hormone replacement, steroids. Same thing. No.
Right. I was gonna say, I promise it's not gonna happen on accident. No. It's not gonna just pick up a 10-pound dumbbell and look bulky.
I mean,
because how hard Kristen and I have been trying, have been working to build muscle over the years. Really, we would be a lot bigger than we are if it were that easy.
Yeah. But really, like, the fact of the matter is strength training if you want to be able to eat more food, but then also have more toned or definition. That's where strength training is going to come in. Because if you just focus on cardio all the time, you're just going to be a smaller version of yourself. And I used to hear that and be like, well, duh, I want to be smaller. But I mean, like,
skinny fat,
soft looking. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't want to still look soft, then we've got to put some muscle on your frame so that as the fat layer comes off and reveals the muscles underneath the fat, you will have more definition. Yeah, awesome. I love talking about that. Maybe we should do more Zooms on fitness.
I was going to say, here we are not talking about how coaching works, but if you guys take anything away from this, it's how much we care about you guys doing this in an efficient way that is going to create sustainability, and not giving just a cookie cutter program or a cookie cutter set of workouts to a client that is not going to help them reach, it's going to be, you know, a waste of time. So the amount of conversations I have with clients about like why they don't need to push for higher intensity cardio, why they'll be, you know, better off to just like buy some heavier dumbbells than what they already have. And you don't need to be dripping sweat. Your heart rate doesn't need to be maxed out for you to make progress.
Yeah.
We just,
Jack asked about form. Can we help with form? Yes. So in your check-ins, we need to talk about check-ins still. In your check-ins, you can take a video of yourself at the gym and send those during your check-in for your coach to check for form and give you feedback on that. So
yep.
absolutely.
I,
Go ahead.
I was going to say that's by far the most underutilized feature of coaching. And I always try and remind my clients, send me form videos, send me form videos. And I know it's awkward to film yourself, but especially like since most of my clients work out at home, like you have no excuse. Prop up your phone on a water bottle with the front facing camera, make sure you're in view from head to toe. And I don't care what it, you know, I'm not looking to see like how cute you look when you lift.
Yeah.
Like we want to make sure that not just that you're doing it right, but that you are using a weight that is challenging enough, and maybe we can help make recommendations for, hey, that looked way too easy. Why don't you try a heavier dumbbell next time? Even if you can't get a full 10 reps, at least do what you can and then drop to a lower weight. You know, it's pretty easy actually to gauge someone's intensity and how much effort they're exerting by seeing a video of you doing your set. So yeah, so more than just for critiquing your form, but we can also absolutely look and help give you form recommendations and help tweak your form so you can get like the most benefit out of that exercise.
Absolutely. I was going to say real quick about workouts, something that I'm forgetting. Oh, sometimes we have people come to us that are like working out 6-7 days a week. And what's awesome about having a coach is your coach is going to let you know, we need to bring that down, because more often than not, you're stressing your body out. And that's why you're seeing little to no results. You're stuck. Your body's exhausted. We've got to spend some time resting and making sure that you're really prioritizing those rest days too. So also keeping stress levels lower, because we already stress our body out by being in a calorie deficit and not getting enough sleep. So those are other things that as coaches we'll be evaluating, is making sure, one, are you eating enough calories? Have you been under eating a long period of time? Are you paying attention to sleep, stress, digestion? All of that is stuff that we evaluate in your check-ins. So let's talk about a check-in that kind of dives in. Do you want to take?
Yeah. Yep. So probably one of the most valuable parts of one-on-one coaching is just the accountability that it offers. So even, you know, this is a good time to mention, like, even if you know what you're doing, even if you know how to track macros, you are experienced with lifting weights, coaches even need coaches. So just the accountability alone, yep, to have someone like helping you set goals, helping you stay accountable to those goals. So we do check-ins with our clients every week. And what that looks like is a Google form that has your name on it, and you're going to fill it out and submit it to me. And then I will, you know, it has questions about how did it go hitting your macros? How many workouts did you get done? How hungry did you feel? How's your digestion? How's your sleep? So way more than just did you hit your macros and did you get your workouts done? But how are you thinking about your progress towards your goals? What went really well this week? What could have gone better this week? And then your coach will send you back a video. And we use Loom for video, so you'll be able to like see my face talking, but I'll show you like my screen too and all my notes that I took from your check-in form. And then I'll kind of type out like some little pointers of what are we going to work on this week? What am I really excited about that went really well? And then a lot of it beyond that is really a lot of valuable reflective listening. You know, it sounds like because you said this, that, you know, this is how this is going. So it's hard without like giving an example. And I'm so bad at always coming up with examples, but basically just giving you feedback on your week, helping you set intentions for improvement, helping you feel empowered to show up for yourself better next week than you did the week before, even if you had an awesome week. And sometimes like the hardest check-ins are the ones where like, wow, I don't really know what to even ask you to improve on amazing week, but still hyping you up and just motivating you to stay consistent and providing that accountability.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously the accountability, you know, is working. They're showing up, they're doing all the things you're asking them. But I think my favorite things are when people are struggling and feel comfortable sharing what they're struggling with or what their challenge is, so that we can give them some guidance on that rather than guilt. Yeah, so really helping you through those challenges and setting up some goals for the coming week so that you feel like, okay, I can do this. I can, still feel accomplished and make progress without being perfect.
And this is the part where, like, if your goals feel overwhelming, if, you're struggling with X, Y, and Z part of your protocols, we're going to restructure until we find the best, goal. And I just said this in a check-in to a client today, that I do this even for myself. Like, and I'm going to say it again, I say this at least once a day: lower the barrier to entry. So if you're struggling to drink a gallon of water, let's aim for 80 ounces of water. If you're struggling to hit your full macros, let's simplify and focus on calories and protein. So it's not going backwards. It's going to help you make that goal more achievable and give you more of like a stepping stone to incrementally make progress, instead of like, here's where you are now, here's where you want to be,
Yeah.
and like just make it happen. And I think that's where a lot of coaches miss opportunity for helping clients grow is, and sometimes it feels like the easiest thing to do is just like, all right, well, how do you think we can make this happen? Like, what can we do to work harder towards this goal? Well, what about maybe this goal isn't working, so let's restructure. So that's like my favorite part is working with clients and constantly it's not just like I send you a program when you start and these are your protocols no matter what. Like, we are constantly kind of making adjustments based on what's doable for you right now, what's realistic. And if it's not realistic, then it sure doesn't serve you to have that over your head and you just can't make it happen. So now you just feel guilty for every day that you can't mark off your water goal or whatever it is.
Yeah, absolutely. That's huge. Okay, well, that's a check-in. So after you send the recorded video, it's not a Zoom call, it's a recorded video, which works really well for a lot of our clients because they're usually working moms or just working women in general, who don't have time to have another Zoom call. So that's huge. So after they get the Zoom call or the Loom, sorry, the video that they watch, how can they respond to you with any questions?
Yeah. So usually, like, I frame it this way to clients, like, this is your formal check-in, is basically just like me talking at you, but that's not always we're going to get benefit from being in communication beyond just that. So I always encourage my clients to respond to the questions that I ask, or at least, like, I'll usually end the video with like, let me know what thoughts you have, let me know what else you might need help with, but getting as specific as I can if there was a specific area of struggle that week. I usually end it on a question so that we're interacting. It's not just like me saying, here you go, but it's, all right, what do you think of this? How do does this sound doable for you? What do you want to work on? Things like that. So always asking for their feedback. And so in WhatsApp is where we do all of our client texting, but all of our clients have unlimited text communication with their coach, with, we have hours that we don't work out outside of, and then we take Saturdays off for messaging, but unlimited meaning, you can text us as much as you need us. And we will always answer your questions beyond just the weekly check-ins. So that's where, a lot of the actual like problem solving and like troubleshooting and adjustments to the goals really happens is in like, text communication or voice messaging. I do a lot of voice messages back and forth with clients on WhatsApp, but it's just so much easier than having like that scheduled, imagine trying to schedule a Zoom call with your coach every week and, oh, this time doesn't work, I need to reschedule. So I love the video because it's more personal than just texting all the time. And it kind of serves to like kick off that conversation. So I usually will be like, hey, here's your video, but like, I want to hear from you too. So like, let's make sure we're texting today to figure this out. Because me like reflecting to you, if you ask a question in your check-in, or if you say you're struggling with something in your check-in, me just saying, well, how about you work on this? Like, that's not really good enough to me. Like, I want to hear back from you beyond that, and let's have a conversation about it.
Yeah, we want to make sure it's working. Yeah, so tech support's 24/6. So like she said, Saturday is the only day off, but you're going to get a response from any text you send from your coach within 24 hours, if not sooner. We're pretty good at staying on top of it. We shut off our phones at 6 p.m., but you'll get a response the next morning. And my favorite thing is like if a client is going out to dinner and they need help picking out something that fits their goals, on the menu, they can send it over like, oh, this is where we're going for dinner. I'm not sure what's going to fit my goals. What would you recommend? How do I log that in my fitness pal? Like that can feel really overwhelming. And so having some guidance there on, okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's simplify it. Let's make it achievable. Really quick, that always reminds me of untracked meals. Something that we do that really sets us apart from a lot of other coaching companies is we do weekly untracked meals for all of our clients, meaning you're not earning a cheat meal. You get a untracked meal that you're not tracking in my fitness pal. It's not a cheat because you don't need to cheat on your diet because it's sustainable, number one. But number two, having this untracked meal helps keep you going rather than thinking, oh, I can't go to my favorite restaurant and have my favorite chicken Alfredo because that's just way too many calories. But if you can say, I can have one meal, practice stopping when I'm satisfied, some self control. And this, like having this one meal out at date night, is going to keep me moving towards my goals rather than feeling restricted and like I need to quit and I give up. So it really keeps our clients going. Any thoughts on untracked meals? I just want to throw that.
The biggest benefit I think to untracked meals is just that it is going to keep your relationship with food healthy in your deficit. It's going to promote it's going to promote that abundance mindset instead of a restrictive mindset of, well, I can never have that because I'm on a diet. Instead, it's like, well, I'm just going to wait and enjoy this for my weekly untracked meal, knowing that that's part of my protocol. So it's not like I'm messing up by overeating my calories. I'm supposed to be doing this. And it's something a lot of new clients will struggle with, is it's just such a foreign concept. So like, what do you mean untracked meal? Like I just don't track it in my fitness pal. And that's exactly what it is. Just track the rest of your food for your day as normal, leave your day open-ended and just enjoy yourself. And it feels really uncomfortable if you're like a type A perfectionist type that really likes to see those that full day of macros marked off, to which I say even more reason that you need to do it, because what we kind of like mask as type A oftentimes is like an inability to let go of control, and it's almost unhealthy, and I've dealt with that a lot.
I mean,
So
action mindset.
like just because you think you're a perfectionist, it might actually mean you have an unhealthy relationship with food and you rely on MyFitnessPal as a crutch to show you that you're capable of eating healthy or eating, towards your goals. So that was something that was me for a long time. So
Which it works towards that intuitive eating, which is something that we're going to help you as you get into your maintenance phase to learn how to, okay, wean yourself off of tracking your food in MyFitnessPal to relying on the habits that you've built to intuitively eat. You can't intuitively eat in the beginning because you don't know how to eat. You've been trying that forever. So do those skills so that you can make this a sustainable life change and not have to track forever, because nobody should have to do that. That's not sustainable.
I care way less if you can hit your macros perfectly every day than I do about, how you feel in control around food on a weekend or on a day that it's not possible for you to track.
Right. Absolutely. I think something else that we're really good at is guiding our clients through social situations, navigating the weekends, drinking, stuff like that, and just really building that relationship with food to be in a good place. We focus a lot on mindset. Mindset is huge. So it's not just nutrition and fitness, it's mindset. So let's dive into our community.
Yeah.
We're almost, I know this is just like a super awesome Instagram live. I know it's long, so much good stuff.
Well, when I was figuring, I was kind of making notes of what I wanted to go over. I said to Kristen, we always have plenty to talk about, and in this case, more than enough. Like we always, but you can tell I'm passionate.
Yeah. If anything, I feel like it just shows that there's so much that's included in personalized coaching and how it really can be so beneficial. So I would rather us talk too much than not enough. So the last part of coaching, we have our accountability aspect. We have the personalized nutrition, fitness, guiding you through mindset, techniques, all of that. And then the last part is our community. And it's not, what I always like to point out is this is not group coaching. So group coaching, you want to join a Facebook group and support each other, hoorah, that's a great place to start. But there is a lot more accountability here, having a coach guide you through your own personal struggles. So our community is a little different. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so we have a group chat that all of our clients are in WhatsApp. And that's where like us as coaches, like we share stuff frequently, but like I love how active our clients are in there as well, like asking, you know, hey, does anyone have a quick recipe for this? Does anyone have an idea for this? And so our clients are learning how to like um, support each other, and you know, have so hard to um, it's hard to like really get excited or, you know, passionate or motivated about anything if you don't have anyone to share it with. And so for especially for clients who might not have like people in their immediate circle in their life that have similar goals or understand, I mean, food and fitness goals like tracking macros, lifting weights, just in general caring about being a healthy human, unfortunately is like kind of like we're kind of in the minority. Like when we put ourselves first and take care of ourselves in that way, like not a ton of people have the determination to make that happen. Like it requires, you know, it requires us to get uncomfortable and to do things that aren't always easy. And so having a group of like-minded women who all have similar goals, have, you know, most of them have either, you know, someone in there has been where you are, has gone through what you have. And so it's just a great place for us to like share the struggles, share the wins, encourage each other, build each other up, and just be honest and real with each other about our goals. And, you know, we'll get silly with each other and share funny stuff all the time, but also like tons of education. And I'm always inspired by things that my clients have to say, and I'm always learning from them too. So it's just really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say our community is all about, and you know, wins, sharing wins, and recipe sharing, I would say is like everyone's favorite is to talk about. So, okay. The part of our coaching is we have a lot of resources that you're going to get access to download and keep for life. So we have a client handbook, but more importantly, that our clients really love is our recipes, of course. So your coaches will share recipes throughout the month, but you also get access to our simple recipe book, some of our favorites to simplify meal prep to keep it super easy. But then also our monthly recipe book that we have. You can scan it into MyFitnessPal. It has a grocery list. It has meal plan examples on how to use those recipes throughout the month. But yeah, just lots of really cool resources. Oh, my last one that is a favorite is our fast food guide. If you're out and about, to have some lower calorie options that you can turn to at restaurants or drive-throughs. So yeah, lots of cool resources. Was there anything else? Everything.
No, I was just going to say, Kristen just does an amazing job always adding things to that and creating resources. It's so handy because then I can just like send it to a client and say, hey, like, good news, you're not the only one that struggles with this. Here's some ideas for you.
Yeah.
It empowers clients to like kind of, I don't know, like solve their, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, kind of problem solve on their own and like look for solutions, because here are all these resources and we've got lots of videos and stuff to educate you. If you're brand new to macros, we have tons of stuff to help you out. So, you know, don't.
Oh, and really having a coach to guide you in the right direction of, oh, I have this video that will help with that. Or here's a screenshot of this part of, you know, the book of where you can see a huge list of protein sources to give you guidance on that. So lots of help. Was that it? I feel like that there's one thing that like came to mind that I totally forgot, but I feel like, you know, we pretty much covered it all.
Yeah, you guys can tell that we could talk about this all day, but
Yeah.
we won't.
We love it. So if you guys are interested, we actually have a holiday guide. If you are interested in the holiday guide on tips for that, I will absolutely send it to you. Just let me know, send me a message. And I mean, 2023 is around the corner. So let me know if you want to hop on a call and we'll see if it's a good fit. Thanks so much, Allie. Thanks
Okay.
everyone for being here.
Thanks for coming, you guys. Bye.